Good morning, students. Our subject is wastewater management. We are in Unit 5. Our present topic is manufacturing process and origin, characteristics, effects, and treatment methods of coal and gas-based power plants today. So, how we can produce the coal and how we can produce gas under this combination coal and gas and power plants on what basis they will work on the basis of the coal and gas. These all and what is the advantages and what are the disadvantages to the environment. These all things we will discuss here in our present class. So guys, uh, actually this topic it's also the last topic in unit 5. So coal is classified as fossil fuel and it is the main energy source for electricity production in the world. This, however, also means that coal is the main source of carbon emissions in the world, meaning that coal significantly contributes to climate change issue. Coal is composed primarily of carbon along with variable quantities of other elements, mostly sulfur, hydrogen, oxygen, and nitrogen. And but here in mechanical plant, mechanical energy is converted into the electrical energy. So a power station, also referred to as a generating station, power plant, powerhouse, or generating plant, is an industrial facility for the generation of electric power. At the center, sorry guys, at the center of nearly all power stations is a generator, a rotating machine that converts mechanical power into electric power by creating a relative motion between a magnetic field and a conductor. Most power stations in the world burn fossil fuel such as coal, oil, and natural gas to generate electricity, and some use nuclear power, but there is an increasing use of cleaner renewable sources such as solar, wind, wave, and hydroelectric. Central power stations produce AC power after a brief battle of current in the 19th century demonstrated the advantages of AC distribution. Thermal power plant. A thermal power plant is a power plant in which the prime mover is steam, water is heated, turns into steam, and spins a turbine which drives an electrical generator after it passes through the turbine. The stream is condensed in a condenser and recycled to where it was heated. This is known as a Rankine cycle. And guys, parts, cold conveyor. Coal conveyor is a belt type arrangement that are used that are used to move coal efficiently. Pulverizer. Pulverizer increases the coal combustion efficiency of coal. Boiler furnace. A boiler is a device used to create steam by applying heat energy to water. Uh, Superheater. In a power plant, after the steam is conditioned by the drying equipment inside the steam drum. It is piped from the upper drum area into tubes inside an area of the furnace known as the superheater. Economizer. Economizer are mechanical devices intended to reduce energy consumption or to perform another useful function like preheating a fluid and a reheater. Reheater added heat in the high pressure stream. Steam turbine. A steam turbine is a mechanical device that extracts thermal energy from pressurized steam and converts it into rotatory motion. Generator. A device which converts mechanical energy into electrical energy is called generator. Condenser. Condenser is a device or unit used to condense a substance from its gaseous to its liquid state, typically by cooling it. Deaerator. The deaerator is a device that is widely used for the removal of air and other dissolved gases from the feed water to steam generating boiler. This is the function diagram, guys. Coal stockpile to coal conveyor to coal hopper, and pulverized fuel miller, and the boiler here, boiler. So flue gas cleaning, no boiler. So boiler to steam condenser to cooling unit to steam turbine, here generator, electrical grid, the transformer, generator. So this is the function diagram. Function stage 1. Coal arriving by train can be stocked for later use or taken straight to the coal bunkers. Coal is prepared for use by crushing the rough coal to pieces less than 2 inches, 5 centimeter inside. Crushing the coal into a fine powder makes easier to burn it more completely. Coal mills grind the larger of 2-inch pieces to face powder and mix them with primary combustion air, which transports the coal to the furnace and preheats the coal to drive off excess moisture content. By pulverizing the coal, combustion efficiency of coal increases. This is the conveyor. This is the pulverized mill. Guys, here pulverized mill means a steam outlet, water inlet, and a flue, air and a fuel inlet, combustion chamber, and this is the water tubes. Pulverized coal is burned to produce steam. Water from the feed pump after preheating enters the boiler. This water may be obtained from a nearby river or lake. The condensed from the cooling tower is reused. The heated or vaporized fluid exists the boiler for use in various process and heating applications. The steam produced in the boiler goes to the steam drum and is then piped to superheaters where it is heated above saturation temperature. At this point, steam is now turned into a very powerful source of energy. This rotates the turbine. Stage 4, the economizer. Flue gas and the fluid water outlet and the feed water mill. Flue gases coming out of the boiler carry a lot of heat, and an economizer extracts a part of this heat from flue gases and use it for heating feed water. This use of economizer result in saving coal consumption and higher boiler efficiency. Reheaters is also a steam boiler in which heat is added to this high pressure steam, which has given up some of its energy in expansion through the intermediate pressure turbine. The steam, after reaching, is used to rotate the second steam turbine, where the heat is converted to mechanical energy. This mechanical energy is used to run the generator, which is coupled to the turbine, thereby generating electrical energy. The turbine generator consists of a series of steam turbines interconnected to each other and a generator on a common shaft. There is a high pressure at one end, followed by an intermediate pressure turbine, a low pressure turbines at the generator. As steam moves through the system, it loses pressure and thermal energy and expands in volume, requiring increasing diameter and longer blades at each succeeding to extract the remaining energy. Turbine generator, steam entry, steam outlet, turbine blades, and magnetic field. Steam after rotating steam turbine comes to the condenser. The purpose of condenser is to condense the outlet steam from steam turbine to get the condenser steam in the form of pure water. This water is then pumped back to the boiler. A steam generating boiler requires that the boiler feed water should be devoid of air and other dissolved gases, particularly corrosive ones. In order to avoid corrosion of the metal, power station uses a deaerator for the removal of air and other dissolved gases from the boiler feed water. A deaerator has a vertical domed deaeration section mounted on top of a horizontal cylindrical vessel which serves as a deaerated boiler feed water storage tank. The enormous pressure of the stream pushing against a series of gained turbine blades turns the turbine shaft. The turbine shaft is connected to the shaft of the generator where magnets spin within wire coils to produce electricity. Electricity is sent through power grid lines and then travel to substantious locations in towns. Coal is a fossil fuel. Actual the advantages of the coal. Coal is a fossil fuel like oil and gas. Fossil fuels are all formed out of organic matter, deposited, decomposed, and composed, storing all the carbon involved under the earth's surface for millions of years. Some advantages are as follows: easily combustible and burns at low temperatures, making coal-fired boilers cheaper and simpler than many others, widely and easily distributed all over the world, comparatively inexpensive to buy on the open market due to large resource and easy accessibility. Good availability for much of the world, that is, coal is found in many more places than other fossil fuels. Most coal is rather simple to mine, making it by far the least expensive fossil fuel to actually obtain. Coal powered generation scales well, making it economically possible to build a wide variety of sizes of generation plants. A fossil fueled power station can be built almost anywhere so long as you can get large quantities of fuel to it. Most coal-fired power stations have dedicated rail links to supply the coal. Very large amounts of electricity can be generated in one place using coal fairly cheaply. Disadvantages. Some disadvantages of coal are it is non-renewable and fast depleting. Coal has the lowest energy density of any fossil fuel. That is, it produces the least energy per ton of fuel. It also has the lowest energy density for unit volume, meaning that the amount of energy generated per cubic meter is lower than any other fossil fuel. High coal transportation costs due to the bulk of coal as a result of the preceding two low energy density problems, especially for countries with no coal resources and hence will require special harbors for coal import and storage. Coal dust is an extreme explosion hazard, so transportation and storage must take special precautions to mitigate this danger. Coal storage cost is high, especially if required to have enough stock for a few years to ensure power production availability. Burning fossil fuels release carbon dioxide, a powerful greenhouse gas that had been stored in the earth for millions of years, contributing to global warming. Mining of coal leads to irreversible damage to the adjoining environment. And guys, this is the coal-based thermal plants. And now, and guys, here the previously we discussed about the coal-based, here gas-based power generation in India. India's power generation mix is considerably inclined towards coal-based power generation. Current capacity addition and new establishments show increased share of coal in the Indian energy sector as the coal reserves are limited to their natural availability and also due to the stringent environmental clearance. Expansion of coal mining is limited in India. It is predicted that the Indian coal sector will face substantial shortfall in the quantum of coal production that is likely to continue in future. Natural gas is a clean fuel as compared to coal and can be efficiently used in power generation. As the domestic coal supply is generally of low quality with low calorific values, high degree of ash content, and its adverse impacts to the environment. Government of India encouraged gas-based power generation in India. The use of gas in power generation was initially promoted by the government primarily with a view towards environmental considerations. Petroleum and gas have emerged as the most dynamic energy sector in India. The World Energy Outlook 2002 projects the share of gas in India (TPES) to reach 13% in 2030, equivalent to 97 BCM by years as compared to 7% of India's energy mix in year 2000. equivalent to a consumption of 22 BCM per year. Production of natural gas is at present at the level of around 132.83 million metric standard cubic meters per a day. The main producers of natural gas are Oil and Natural Gas Corporation Limited ONGC, Oil India Limited OIL, JVS of Tapti, Pana, Mukta and Rava and Reliance Industries Limited, which has discovered gas in the Krishna Godavari basin and its KG-D6 block in the east coast of Andhra Pradesh. Out of the total domestic production of 132.83 MMSCMD of gas, about 43% is produced by Reliance Industries Limited as of December 2009, and approximately 57% of the gas is produced by others. As on June 30, 2011, and as per the Central Electricity Authority, the total installed capacity of gas-based power plants in India is 17,706.35 megawatts. This accounts of 10% of the total installed capacity. Here is a list of some present in operation plants. So guys, here, like the power station names: IPGCL Gas Turbine Power Station, Pragati Gas Power Station, Pampur Gas Turbine Station, Pampur Gas Turbine Station 2, uh, Ramgra Gas Thermal Power Station, Dolpur Combined Cycle Power Station, Anta Thermal Power Station, Ayurazia Uruzia Thermal Power Station, Faridabad Thermal Power Plant, National Capital TPP, Duvaram Gas Based CBP1, Duvaram Gas Based CCPP2, Utram Gas Based CPP, Vadodara Gas Based CCPP1, Vadodara Gas Based CCPP2, Uran Gas Turbine Power Station, Kavas TPS, Janor Gander TPS, Goa Gas Power Station, Vatwa Combined Cycle Power Plant, Sujan Combined Cycle Power Plant, SR Combined Cycle Power Plant, GSEG Combined Cycle Power Plant, GPEC Combined Cycle Power Plant, Tombe Gas Power Station, Basin Bridge Gas Turbine Power Station, Tirumukoti Gas Turbine Power Station, Kottalam Gas Kottalam Gas Turbine Power Station, Valturu Gas Turbine Power Station 1 and Valturu Gas Turbine Power Station 2, Karikal Gas Turbine Power Station, Rajiv Gandhi CCPP, Jugurpadu Combined Cycle Power Plant 1, APGPCL Plant 1, Kusalwa Power Plant GMK formerly, Spectrum Combined Cycle Power Plant, Gautami Combined Cycle Power Plant, Konasima Combined Cycle Power Plant, Lanco Kondapalli Power Plant 1, Lanco Kondapalli Power Plant 2, Vyamagiri Combined Cycle Power Plant, Samarlakota Combined Cycle Power Plant, Aban Combined Cycle Power Plant, Kochi Combined Cycle Power Station, PPN Combined Cycle Power Plant, Lakwa Thermal Power Station, Namrup Thermal Power Station, Kolkata Electric Supply Corporation. So, given for limitations of the use of coal for power generation due to its environmental consequences, quality and supply constraints, gas will play an increasingly important role in industry's power sector. While it is true that India is not a big producer of natural gas, but new international import policies trade with some Gulf countries and domestic explanations can bring some hope for the India's energy sector. So thank you guys. Next class, I will teach the next topic.